Be working on our art project. I hope you are well from the comfort of your own homes. This is what our art project is going to be. It's going to be a continuous pattern of lines using 4 different sections that we have here and 3 contoured lines to create these sections. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with our piece of paper. So we want to keep it vertically, not horizontal. We need a pencil. Hopefully you have that at home. I'm sure you do. A Sharpie. If you don't have a Sharpie, you can always use a black marker or a black colored pencil. And we're going to need some colored pencils for this project. If you don't have colored pencils, you can always use markers. The only problem is they may bleed through when we're creating our patterns. So colored pencils or crayons are probably going to be your best bet. Okay? So we're going to start with our pencil. We need to create 3 lines, one close to the bottom, one in the middle, and one closer to the top. So I noticed now that there's this cool like drip pattern that's happening in like this art world, and it's like all over clothing and stuff like that. So I'm going to create like a drip, like paint splatter. I know you can't see that quite well just because of the glare, but I have that. Then I want to create something a little different, maybe something with some angles and some lines. And I can go as high up on my paper as I want to. So then I have 2 lines. And then the third one, I'm just going to stick to that drip just because I like to. So I just need 3 lines. They can be different. They can all be the same. It's up to you. After you've drawn your 3 lines, you want to take that black marker, Sharpie, black pen, or black colored pencil, and we're going to trace over our line work. So this project is not super difficult. It is a little time consuming, but in the end it has a pretty cool result. So I want you guys to take your time when you're working on this project. You have a week to complete it. It's going to be due on Google Classroom, so you'll just upload a photo of it. And then you'll bring it to school when we return to classes, when we actually have class in the art room. So just make sure to keep your artwork safe. As you're going over your lines, don't worry too much about getting exactly right on the pencil. We want a clean line, but if we go past our pencil, that's okay. We can always go back and erase our pencil marks before we get started on our coloring. And I'm sorry I don't have a time lapse. That'd be cool, but you're just going to have to watch me trace lines for a little bit. Okay, there we go. So now I have my 3 lines. Look how much they stand out because of the Sharpie. Now we're going to be working with analogous colors. So analogous colors are colors that when we have the rainbow spread out, they're right next to each other. So we're not thinking about warm colors or cool colors. We're thinking about color neighbors. So I want you to pick 3 analogous colors to use in our project. So you can do 2 sets of analogous colors, or you can do just 1 set and repeat the pattern as you go. So I'm going to choose 2 sets for my project. I'm going to use yellow, green, and a blue. Since those are analogous colors, they're next to each other in the rainbow. And then for my other side, I think I'm going to work with a pink, a red, and an orange. So I have my 3 sets of analogous colors. When I work with them, I'm going to work in color order. So we're going to start with our first section closest to the bottom. So we have our colors set right here. I'm going to start with these 3 kind of coolish colors. I'm going to start with my yellow. So essentially we want to create that pattern, right, that we have. So we need to start with 1 color and then follow and trace the lines of our black line. So when I take my yellow colored pencil, I'm going to create a pretty thick line. And as I color, I'm just following my black outline, coloring about the same width. So our grade is going to be based off of our craftsmanship for this project. So I really want you to focus on trying to color the same width around. So that means that your line shouldn't all of a sudden disappear into the black. I should still see about the same width, which is like the distance from the edge of your color to the black marker. So it just needs to look uniform. And so as you can see, it does take quite a bit of time, but if you worked on this project for like 20 minutes a day, you'd probably get it done in a week. Or you could also do a section a day. So let's say like I would just do this on Monday and then this one Tuesday, Wednesday, by Thursday you're done. So you can decide how you want to spread it out, but it will be due on Monday on Google Classroom. So you would just follow all the way until you got to the end, and then we would switch to the next color. So then I would do, green. So then I'd start with green, bring it down. Again, creating similar thickness because I don't want the green to overpower my yellow. I kind of wanted them to be exactly the same. And then I'd still keep going in. What you'll find though is that when you're coloring, you may touch your other line as you come down. So like for this loop, my lines are going to touch because I'm trying to keep it the same kind of thickness, and that's okay. So then with my third color, when I came in with blue, I would just fill in this gap. So this is how we would start this section, right? And once I'm done with that, I'd get something similar, right? So I did this a little earlier, pick some new colors. As you can see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, it's a little different. I used orange instead. But assuming that this piece was already done, I would start my next section. I can use a different set of colors, or I can just keep going with the same 3 sets for all of the section. But this one I chose to do a different set of analogous colors. So blue, purple, and then pink, those are color neighbors. You can see that once I hit the black line of my previous section, what I'm going to do when I continue to color is I'm just going to jump over that line. So the next color here would be pink. So I'm going to ignore that black line like if it doesn't exist and just go on the other side. And then I could keep going. And so I'll have more color here than I would say on like this section. So you just kind of have to follow it. Try to go as best as you can through the sections. But it's pretty simple. So you can do this while you're watching TV, watching Netflix, and you just want to get it done. You can totally use this as like a way to be kind of therapeutic. If you have any questions about your analogous colors, please feel free to comment on the forum on Google Classroom or email me directly. I don't mind helping you out. Hopefully you have all the materials. If you don't have the materials, please let me know as well, but I'm expecting that most of us should have crayons or colored pencils or markers at home. And so if you have any questions, just let me know, but that's it, 6th grade. That's all we're going to do. So the whole thing completed will look something like this, right, depending on your color choices. So thank you so much, and let me know if you have any questions. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next Monday. Well, I'll post another video next Monday with a new project on that smaller square that I gave you as